Hey, Stephen Williams here. Call me the good bishop. Nobody's good like our God. Thank you for joining me. Like and share. Please pass it on. Hey, it's part two about that male thing. I want to get back to it. All right. And so when we start talking about the male, do you understand that her brokenness, the female, the daughter, the son, um, what is happening? The brokenness really happened from a male. So if she was sexually assaulted, most of the times it was by a male. If she was abused and let down, most of it was by a male. If the truth wasn't told to her, most of it was by a male. And so the thing that she desires is the thing that broke her, is the thing that she wants to be a part of. She was meant to be that way. I want to get into all that, but she was meant physiologically, emotionally, she was meant to be that way. uh, by a male, touched by a male, as the male is by the female. It's just anatomically designed that way, right? In its proper context. But if you really look at it, whatever brokenness she has, her brokenness was caused by a man. So it's important for us when we're dealing with our manhood and we're dealing with this notion of being a man, right? That we become sensitive to the notion that whatever state she's in, if, like, let's say her father wasn't there, which is why the guys ran through her, right? Because there was no male presence there. So she was looking for whatever it was, and then it's because of the absence of the male. And then she she it happened it happened to her, and the guys didn't do right by her, but she was looking for that, and they didn't do right because then they didn't have the proper. So now she's broken in so many different ways, and it really is because that man was absent. And the same way with the little boys. You don't know. I ran into a man. His son shook my hand, and he told him, "Well, make sure you give me his name." I had a firm handshake. Is because the father was there really teaching him what it was, manhood traits. And I was sitting up thinking, man, what happens if the father isn't there? If you're not going to talk to him, if you're not going to influence him, what is it that he's going to become? And so the brokenness of the little boys is a byproduct of the absence of a man. The brokenness of the little girls, which turns into broken women, is the absence of a man. Some way, somehow, some shape, some form, something, a lie, a mistreatment, or something. I can't figure it out. It's getting crazy out here in these streets with people just doing whatever it is that they want to do, how they want to do it. And the morality of life is leaving. It's almost non-existent. And that to me is a byproduct of the absence of a man. Because when the mother has to play both roles, she's not equipped to it. I don't care how good my mother was. She was good to bring up the boys, but she was not good enough to make me a man. Why? Because she wasn't a man. She couldn't tell me all of the things. And it took me a long time to figure that out, that you don't get to run away as a man. You don't get to crumble under pressure as a man. Doesn't mean you don't need a therapist. You'll go see somebody, make sure you talk to somebody. But we're stronger for a reason. Anatomically, we're stronger. Physically, we're stronger. And so we were meant to be protector and provider. We were meant for all of these things. And so if you're not, if that didn't happen to you, then you have to grow back into that. But the question on the floor is, are you just a male, with excuses, or are you really a man? Do you know how important it is for you? We're going to talk on another one about how it's not even apples to apples when we're dealing with women. It's funny. It's funny when you go back and look at it. Provision is what they seek, and yet it is not partnership. We're gonna have another conversation another day. But are you really a man, and do you understand the importance of what it means for you to be that dude? You carry a lot of weight, brother. You carry a lot of weight. You matter in the example. You matter, and you can't be flip floppy, up and down, all that good stuff. Because if you don't do right, it's going to be cyclical, and you'll never be able to break the cycle. We'll discuss that later. I'm Stephen Williams. They call me the Good Bishop. Ain't nobody good like our God. Can't wait to hear what you got to say. what you think about that. All right. Bye bye.